What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Girls in the City podcast. This is Sarah.
This is Jeannie.
This is Lilka.
Elsie.
So today we are going to be talking about the show, The Ultimatum, that's all over Netflix.
Yes, all over
Everybody's
everywhere.
Talking about it.
Yep.
So what do you guys think? Who's your favorite couple?
I think the cutest one is Randall and the prettiest girl is Shanique.
Yes.
Although,
Shanique
no
is pretty.
offense. Please don't take this to offense. I think Randall's gay.
Yes.
He is a little...
It's a little...
I don't know.
feminine
I
side.
mean,
Not that
did
there's
you guys
nothing wrong with it,
find
but I think
that comment what Zay said in the reunion? He said to who was his?
Ray.
Who was his girl?
Ray.
Zay
Ray.
and Zay and Ray. He told Ray because I guess when he was cuddling with Shanique and then he got hard.
Yeah.
And he got a boner.
You got a boner.
It was like this big thing. And he looked at her and said, "Yeah, like I fuck bitches too." Like I feel like
What
I
did
don't
that
know
mean
when
to
you
you, though?
first come in when it first starts showing you the show and it starts showing you everybody. The first person that I caught kind of low key, those kind of gay vibes was Zay. Nothing wrong with that because he's so sexy. I find him so fine.
As soon
I
as he
feel like
opens
he's
his mouth,
Them
there's
teeth
a
got-
little
I feel-
bit- then he made that comment. I was like, I don't know.
No. What who really shocked me the most was it Jake?
Jake and April.
And Ray?
Yes.
I thought that they were going to end up together because they seem so in love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then comes to find, I feel like she didn't know what she wanted. I feel like she knew what she wanted. She was looking for an excuse and a reason to bring that out to light. I feel like she didn't know how to do it because she says she's been uncomfortable, and it's like it took the show to make her realize that.
I think she knew she was just gay the
Yeah.
whole time.
And I feel like, I think she's wicked pretty, but I feel like she was definitely, I know if you've seen some of her like TikTok videos, she was saying that she was like being mad genuine, and I believe that, but at the same time, I felt like she was acting the whole time. Like, she deserved like a Grammy. Like,
She was very like blah, like,
it looked like that bitch was...
in another world thinking
Yes.
about pussy.
No.
Oh yeah,
Straight up.
Period.
That's what she was
had,
thinking
like,
about?
a sexuality problem. She didn't know if she was like bi or she was straight or she was lesbian.
And then, I know, and then the other one who I thought was kind of like, I don't know, kind of iffy was Maddie. Like, I just
can't
felt
stand
like...
that bitch.
I will slap Maddie.
Me too.
Sorry,
like
Maddie.
her at the table, the dinner table when it was all the girls talking. Like, yo, she bugged out.
She was like,
did-
yeah,
she was
because me and Randall, we're like,
He
I would have got up
a
and
boner,
slapped
and
the fuck out of
we
her.
are so good together.
Like, I don't care if it's an experiment. I
Yeah.
would have got up and slapped you as an experiment.
But Shanique did say that when she had
Sorry,
her moment.
I-
She was like, somebody get this girl away from me because it's not going to be cute.
Yeah, because she's seeing, like,
I would have slapped her.
Right.
Real,
Yeah, you guys are in this experiment, but you still gotta realize that even if they're broken up, that's still her man, bro. Like,
Well, that's the
what are
thing.
you
I
talking
feel
about?
like a lot of them took advantage of like, oh, I'm single
Yeah.
now. I can explore the world and do what I want. No, you still have to have a line of respect.
Yeah, because you're
seriously,
still like
what the hell?
technically not single. Like, what are you
Right,
talking
no.
about?
I think they all just had that excuse, like, fuck it, like, oh yeah, we're gonna break up. And if you like notice, they emphasize that, like, we're gonna be single. So meaning, you know what I mean? Like, I know some
Might
of
as
them
well
had
start
like
now.
their little agreement, but it definitely.
And you
Jay couldn't wait to be single.
Oh,
Oh my God, April, I'm
you are
sorry.
so annoying.
April, you're
So-
blind not
so
to
bad.
realize that Jake didn't even want to be with you from the beginning.
Poor
So-
thing.
From the beginning.
I
Fuck
know.
her.
What did you guys think
Sorry.
about the proposal at the beginning?
Oh,
The
my
second
God.
guy had
the
me
second. I'm sorry. The second proposal was
Bullshit.
fake.
I would have literally...
Now he's like, you know what
choked
happened?
him out.
He was like,
I'ma
nobody
choose
better
you.
What was
here.
that?
I want to go propose to my girl. Ain't nobody better here.
No.
But that's how it be.
But do you know after he
The
did
guy
that,
leaves the girl and like wants to go wander in the sea, and he realizes that they ain't nothing better than my bitch. Let me go back
Nobody else
home.
wanted him, though, either.
No,
He
no.
that's what and I feel like that's
and
what
he
it was.
was-
It was
I
because
think it
nobody
was
wanted him.
Madeline.
He's like, fuck, the best
she
thing I
was
got
an
is my
idiot.
girl.
And I thought she was so
He
pretty.
did say to Madeline,
he
I'm
did,
gonna pick you.
I'm gonna choose you.
But then the girl
then
was
she
like,
was
my
like,
girlfriend
what
was
do you
such
mean?
an
No, I'm not.
idiot.
She was
Yeah.
an idiot.
She goes, yes, please, yes.
She's like, fucking yes. Like,
Meanwhile, they're like... they
mind
get
you,
back to
he's the one that gave the ultimatum.
I know, and that's the worst part.
I know, and then they get back to the hotel, and she's like, yeah, so, you know, I really don't want to
About
have
the kids.
And I'm
Like you're back to square one,
What?
buddy.
Yeah.
And they're still together.
Yeah,
No,
that
they
shit
are.
is so crazy.
I
I don't believe
I
that
peeped
shit.
all
'Cause
the
he can't find
Instagram.
nobody
And
else,
Maddie
that's
came
why.
out of nowhere with her pregnant self.
pregnant ass self.
Like,
Oh,
what?
my God.
I mean, I'm happy for them that they got to work it out, but it's like, how do you
No,
switch?
she was the first
And
one. She
I
was
don't
like,
know, her man
"Oh,
is Google.
yup, I'm single." She's like, "Look at all
I
these
needed
fine ass
this.
And
niggas."
that cowboy got that cowboy hat literally got me in a bad mood.
And you know what's crazy?
And it got her in a bad mood too.
And the what did they play? The jockey or whatever.
Yes. And then the other part that had me fucked up was when all the friends were sitting at the table and then he sat down and then she was like making this big scene. Do you guys remember that? It was like her and all her girlfriends.
Yes, I remember that. I remember that.
And then she like just made a fool of him right there in the restaurant.
Oh, that's towards the end. Yes.
I'm like, that's fucking crazy.
She was extra.
He's a whack though. Like I feel her.
No, but she's whack too. Because as soon as
I feel like he was the most honest one, like the one that was really looking for.
I had a conversation with someone about that. Like, I think what bothered me the most was him crying all the time. Like,
yeah, he was a little.
We're not saying that men can't cry, but like when you constantly cry over things like that, like you look weak.
At least he did it in a bathroom. If the cameras weren't there, nobody would have seen.
Wait, what do you think about him finding like a different like quote unquote girlfriend because he wasn't really like compatible with April, so he went out to the nightclub with supposedly with Zay
and he had sex.
Yo, and had found the whole
and then tries to blame it on Zay. Talking about you hooked me up, nigga. You said yes.
And you was over here fucking making out with another bitch.
You could have been like, nah. I don't want to know. But he was like, oh, Zay, it's your fault because you set it up.
And he was
how?
Like, this is the experiment. That's what I'm like, bro. I would have killed him.
And Zay, the only thing that got me mad about Zay is that he just was always he was a hothead. Getting mad for everything.
And like Zay would be like, and he started swearing like, oh, I just met you.
I love Shanice's attitude, like,
Yeah, you're going to be sleeping on the couch.
Not with me.
Yep. You're sleeping on the couch
and
today,
you know what
buddy.
else that was fucking crazy?
She's beautiful.
She is.
Oh,
she's
beautiful.
gorgeous.
I respected her the most.
And Randall, even though I think he's gay, he is.
I would have went to him first.
They make such a cute couple.
Yeah, wait, can you guys tell me what your reaction would be if your man came home at 8 o'clock in the morning? Because I feel how Ray handled that.
Yeah, it depends.
Because it's like they were working on themselves. They had just gotten back together. They were trying to figure
but she
things
came
out.
at him. She came at him strong, and it's like, bro, all right, if you don't want me, you don't want.
I think it depends. If me and you got a mutual understanding that I can come home at 8 in the morning, then there's no problem. I'll be tight.
No, but like that situation that they were in at that point in the hotel room, they were arguing, and like she didn't want anything to do with him, and she kept telling him. So he went out and didn't show up. Like, and you're gonna be mad at him? You were just dissing him and dismissing him.
I don't know. I think it
and she told him. She clearly told him that she did not want to be with him.
Yeah,
anymore.
pretty much.
So why would he come back at a decent time?
Yeah, that's true. For what?
Yeah. All right. So now that we got that show out, what do you guys think about ultimatums?
All right, Loki, you can start.
Well, the way I feel about ultimatums, I feel like we shouldn't get to ultimatums. I feel like one another should know what they want and make decisions on their own. Like, I feel like when you give the ultimatum, it kind of puts a pressure, and it sometimes, not that all the time it may not be sincere, but sometimes it's like they force it. Like, all right, I'm doing this for you because you just gave me an ultimatum. Right. I feel like if you just know that you're not getting it, then how much longer do you wait? Do you have to say something for them to get it, realize it?
That's true. Like I'm half and half. Mm-hmm. I agree with ultimatums because at the same time, if you've been with someone for years, you're not just gonna drop them. Maybe you have this conversation like, all right, this is where I'm at in life. If you don't meet me here, then I'm gonna have to go. Mm-hmm. But then it's true what you say, like, then you're not doing it because you want to do it. You're doing it because I'm forcing you. So that means that in the long run, you're miserable because you don't want to do it.
And that's the problem.
So I agree with that too. Like, if I don't think an ultimatum is the key. I just think it's either you
I feel like
I don't want to say you do what I say, but it's either you agree with what I'm saying or you take your route.
And that's why I say I feel like you have a conversation. This is what I want. This is what you want. And I feel like that person, at the end of the day, you want to grow. So I feel like as an ultimatum, you know what you want. I know what I want. This is what we want together. And I feel like that's the route we should go.
So I definitely agree with both of you guys. I feel like it's yes and no. Like, you have to set that boundary. You have to set the expectations in the beginning because you cannot go into a relationship and then think that, you know, maybe you want certain things like marriage or whatever, or to whatever the goals may be, and you explain that. And if you don't set that up in the beginning and like set that foundation as to what you're expecting, and then you later on 2-3 years you're like, oh well, I want to do this, this, and this, and then that's not happening. Whose fault is it? Because you really didn't communicate it. So I feel like you have to communicate it
right away.
If it's communicated and then your partner's still not meeting you there, I mean, I kind of agree with the ultimatum. It's either you're gonna get with it or you're gonna get lost. You feel me? So that's true. Kind of my stance. What do you think, Elsie?
I just, one point that kind of broke out to me was when Shanique and Zay were at Shanique's parents' house. She was introducing, you know, the new guy, and she was explaining what she was doing with the experiment, so on and so forth. And then Shanique's mom said, well, why do you, if a man wants to marry you, if a man wants to marry you, wants to be with you, why should you give him an ultimatum? You sure already know what his decision is.
So is that sort of like what you feel like?
It's true. Like, it's just like, if a man wants to marry you, you will know. And it's a topic
of
conversation that comes in with, you know, being with someone. You know, when you guys both know, you guys know.
But what if it's the guy telling you that he wants to marry you, but he just never takes the plunge?
So that's your reason, right? That's to be your clue right there. He's taking too long for what reason? Everybody had a reason on the show. One had financial reasons, which is understandable.
Notice everybody had a reason, but it was just like, I don't marry her because it's financial reasons, right? But then to the other girl, like, if the person's right, then I can marry them tomorrow.
Right. And then
and that's how they felt. That was the concept. I felt like that was like the end result.
And I also thought that there was everybody on the show was so young. They were so young. Like, they were in their early 20s.
What do you guys feel? Because all of those relationships were 2 years, 2.5. None of them were more than 2.5 years. Yep. Do you think that's enough time for people to decide right away, hey, I want to get married, we're going to get married tomorrow?
I don't think there's a time limit.
I feel like it could work, but I don't feel like it. Because you never really know someone, yo.
Until you've seen them through everything.
But I disagree with that. You don't really know. You're right. You don't really know anyone. And even if you've been with them for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 16 years, 20 years, you know, then there's like, you know, there's murder stories where, you know, this couple have been together for 10 years and then he fucking kills his wife because he wants to be with another bitch. So it's like, you really don't know who you're pairing up. It's just, I feel like when you know, you know. That's just me.
So you believe in like that
love at first sight?
Yeah, almost love at first sight, and there's like one person.
I don't believe in that at all.
I believe there's also one person for everybody.
I do, but
I don't believe that you get it in that first sight. I just don't believe that
I feel like you need to move in with the person. You need to meet families. You
gotta
see past traumas. You gotta see, because think about it. Whoever you have a kid with too, the traits can pass on to your kids too. Like, it's not only just about your relationship.
Genetics.
Like, you can't just meet a person in a year or two and be like, all right, this is it. Like, nah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
if you don't know someone in 15 years, imagine two.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I mean, you have to be realistic sometimes, but sometimes it does happen to people. Sometimes people do meet each other and then they're married in 3 months and then it ends up working out.
Absolutely.
But
it's rare.
It's rare. It doesn't happen to everyone. It is very rare, I do believe
it. But it happened to my parents, and I'm not trying to go off tangent, but my parents literally knew each other a week, and my dad asked her to marry him.
What? And she said,
my God.
And my dad was in Bermuda. So he called my mom and was like, I can't get you out of my head, blah, 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 whatever, finessing her. And he was like, do you want to marry me? And my mom was like, yeah. And my dad flew his ass from Bermuda. They got married. They were married for like 3-4 years. And then they had my oldest brother. So that's so
But I feel like, again, it goes back to that time. I feel like back in that day, like, women and men were so different. They were just so different.
It was more like Instagram and all that type of shit.
It was so different.
He looked at her and he knew. He's like,
yeah,
and my mom was like, yeah, right, because all the girls were all over him. She's like, nah, and then he called. And
that's crazy.
So anyways, not to get off.
Good for them, and they're still together. So
it happens. It does happen. It does happen.
You know.
But I feel like there's a less chance, like there's more of a chance it's gonna fail if you get into it quick than there's
quicker. I mean, it can fail even if 15 years.
Yeah, it can fail, but there's a higher percentage. Yeah,
and I also feel like people grow and change in relationships, and not together, but individually. Because I feel like everybody, even though they're like with their partner, you grow over time, and you start to figure out, like, as time passes, things change. You know, you may not like certain things anymore, and I feel like that's a part of sort of how you like either make a relationship work or you have to go your separate ways, because you have to now learn how to like re-love the person that you're with because of the changes who they are now, you know? Like, some people could go through drastic things. I mean, I don't know what you guys think about that, but I do believe people change over time, and you can
but that's why also, like, when you take your vows, it's like through sickness, through health, through changes, through this and through that. Like, it's work. Just because you're married and now you like, it's work every day.
Right.
Yes.
This one day his feet's gonna stink, the next they're not, and you're gonna be fucking annoyed, and you can't just be like, I want a divorce. Like, it's just like a lot of things that, like, you just gotta learn how to love.
No, and when they say
marriage is not a joke, people.
It's not. Yeah. I feel like also, like, when you get blessed by the church, it's like it's something you have to commit to. It's something you're making vows. Again, you're committing. And like Jeannie said, I feel like when you're in sickness, you don't really realize what that really means until you're in that situation. And I'm sure we've all been there. Like, you know what it is, like, if you gotta put your hands to throw up, or what it is, you know, taking care of somebody that's ill, whether it's, you know, really nasty things. Like, you really gotta sacrifice. Like, that's someone that's part of you. And I feel like it's a lot of work.
It is a lot of
work.
So
it's like when you make those vows, it's a commitment.
And people, I feel like people just get married nowadays for the wedding and just for the jokes and the Instagram pics.
And I have to say, my biggest pet peeve is hearing that, oh, marriage is just a piece of paper. It's so not that.
It's not.
It's much more than that.
It's a lot more than that.
That's why I always said I want to be a forever fiance. I don't want to. It's not like I can't make the commitment. I feel like just having that paper, it's actually goes deeper into that, which I'm not gonna get into right now, but it goes way, it's too much intertwined. You guys are one when you guys do sign it and make it official. But
I don't even think it's about,
I just can't, I can't, it's not like I can't make the commitment. I just don't want to be, it's a lot more. It's like, it goes into background because I have my own personal reasons for it, but I have my reasons why I don't want to make that commitment, and whoever I'm with, I'm going to tell them, I just want to just give me a ring and we can have a personal ceremony. I just don't want to get officially established.
I do because the thing is that I mean, obviously, if you don't see it from a religious standpoint, then you're not going to get it. But you have to be, you become one through the eyes of God. So God blesses that union. That's what it's about. It's not about a piece of paper. It's not about a prenup. It's not about none of that. You literally get blessed as one, meaning if you're in a relationship and let's say, you're living like a married couple, the blessings won't be the same.
Right.
If you believe in that. I believe in that 100%. I've seen it happen. And even, I have a friend that would have sex with her boyfriend all the time, right? And when they got married, she's like, yo, you don't understand the difference. It's like a soul thing that just becomes like, it was just 100% different.
The union is different. And I feel like that's what it comes down to me. It's more of like, marriage is something religious to me. It's not a piece of paper. Yeah, we can go get that piece of paper. That piece of paper doesn't define our relationship. That's why when I say, oh, that's just a piece of paper, that's what I mean. But when I think about marriage, I think about something religious, something, a union, something that God blesses and puts together. And again, through sickness, through wealth, through all that stuff.
I would even get married through the church and not through the city. And
yes.
I would do it spiritually and not legally.
Yes, I agree.
That's how important I think.
Yes.
That is.
I feel a union. I feel like again, it is just a piece of paper, but when you go through a church, it's a different
situation.
It's a different union. I feel like a paper doesn't unify you. I feel like God blessing your marriage is more of a wow, we're really committed. Like, we just vowed to freaking
in front of God, in front of our families and friends. You know what I'm saying? It's a serious thing.
It's different. That I agree. I feel like there's two different things. There's a marriage where we just sign a paper and it's just a piece of paper.
And also, I'm not gonna pick up my child from school and have a different last name. That's one. Two, I'm not going to be a girlfriend or a fiance at 75, 55. I ain't doing that. I think it's so ridiculous when I go to bars and this is my girlfriend, Betty.
I'm keeping my last name.
No, we ain't doing that. I'm a wife.
Yeah, no.
That's what I'm going to be. That's what I respect the people that don't want to get married. But I, personally, if you're not trying to get married, then we're not going to be together. I
also feel like there's a lot of societal pressure for when getting married and what goes into that. And society views you as a certain way, almost as you're supposed to lose yourself and only just become that one package.
And that's not what the fuck we're doing.
And no, I feel like you do need to keep your individual person. Yeah. Both of you, both you and your partner, you need to be your individual people. You need to be able to make yourself happy and then come together and be happy together. And if that doesn't happen, then obviously things will either need to be worked on, and both partners need to be there and present and actively want the same thing in order for it to be accepted.
What do you guys think about
prenups? And
that's
I was just gonna say that, and I agree
prenups?
with prenups all the motherfucking way.
I could be in love with you today, and when I don't care tomorrow, I don't care. A prenup.
I am signing a prenup because I feel like. Just like that whole thing, like it just blows my mind. Okay, you're married, you get a divorce, you get to get half of my pension. I just fucking worked my job, my ass off, and you're gonna get half of my motherfucking pension? Nigga, you better go somewhere else. You better go somewhere else because you're not taking my shit. I worked hard. And I feel like that's where a prenup protects everybody. Because at the end of the day, yes, when we're one, I have no problem. We're going to go half. I'll go all. You go all. Whatever it is, when we're unified, we're going to decide what works. But when we're divided, just know I'm taking mine, you taking yours, and we go our way. And
I
that's
may take yours too and mine.
That's it. That's it.
Like Kelly Clarkson, yo, she pays her ex-husband. Oh my God,
No,
guys. It's like $100,000 a month.
So why? Because she busted her ass making money, and now I gotta support you because we were married, because we signed a piece of paper.
And you did me dirty? Nah.
And
I'm good.
That's poor Kelly Clarkson. You know what I mean? Like that shit is so crazy. I just feel
no.
and I feel like when you're in love, like. You forget. You forget. Like money and everything.
Don't let love fool you, guys.
Look, it's all about a paper.
It's all rainbows and butterflies.
No, until it ain't because then we both want to be petty. We both gonna fight. Oh, you fighting? I'm fighting. I'm gonna go harder. Oh, you going? Oh, I'm gonna go harder. You know what I mean? It just becomes a battle, and it's not even worth it.
And some people be like, oh no, prenups ain't shit because you're already destined to like make your marriage. You're already thinking about a failage. No, we're humans, and everybody fucks up. That's what I'm thinking about. You ain't Jesus.
Yep, it's
true.
true.
The only person that was perfect was Jesus, and you ain't Jesus.
And you ain't it.
So that means we're gonna need this prenup.
And I just feel like
I'm gonna be tight though if you got more money than me and I could collect it.
And then you ain't getting nothing, sis.
You gotta.
But that goes vice versa. That's the way the guy feels. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna be heated when you make more money. You're gonna take it. Yeah, but you work for that money.
You're a bitch.
Yes. Why you going from my? Like I feel like that's another thing. Like. A guy should just own up, be like, all right, if the guy fucked up, again, if it's the other way around, it's different. But like, if you fuck up, like, just own up, take your mistakes and walk away.
Sometimes even marriages, even when there's not fuck up, sometimes you're just not on the same page anymore.
Yeah, it don't gotta be a fuck up.
No, but it don't gotta be a fight though. But that's what I mean. Like, I feel like it doesn't have to be a fight. I feel like we should be grown enough to make our own decisions. Be like, all right, that's yours. You know, I'm just.
But I think it's because of divorce. Usually, the two parties don't agreeing. So someone's gonna be more petty than the other, and it's just that's how it is.
Yeah.
So
it's true. Yeah. What do you agree on prenups?
And that's why Elsie's like, I'm not getting married.
I don't have to worry about a prenup if I don't get married.
I ain't going to no
literally
chapel.
my thought in my head. I'm like, well, I ain't gotta worry about that because ain't
you do not gotta worry about me.
That's a fact. Cause niggas just turn. They get niggas is petty, and I am the queen of being pettiness. I don't want to end up in a situation where somebody takes everything from me. Because then at this point I'm like I'm gonna kill somebody. Because that's just like, you know what I'm saying. For me not to get there. I mean, like I said, you just never know who you're gonna be with. So even if you do fall in love and then you don't sign those papers, you're gonna be like, that person's not gonna do me dirty. At the end of the day, like it's. You know what I mean? Like, you just never know. You just never know who you're going to be with.
And I feel like
then
whoever
you get stuck with everything
else. For real. And I feel like whoever is getting married, you obviously want to get married and be with your person. That's what the intention is. Like, you never want to separate. You never want to get divorced.
And I feel like that other person shouldn't get upset because I want a prenup. I feel like they should be understanding. At the end of the day, you want to.
That's a red flag. Yeah, if they don't want to sign that
at the end of the day, you're marrying me for me, not for my money and what we're gonna end up with at the end of the day. Yeah. So I feel like that's
also something. And that kind of sucks too when you bring that up too, Loco. That like people do actually. Do
I know.
They do marry for money.
Oh, yeah.
They do marry someone for the benefit.
Yep.
The benefits that they come with, and it's like crazy because it's like I don't know. I think about it and it's like.
It's a scary thing, guys. This is what it is. It's a scary thing.
Everything.
But
and that's why I feel like marriage isn't a joke. And I feel like a lot of people,
And that's why you got to be very certain with what you do in your life. Think about exactly what it is. If you are with someone and you don't want to get married, you'll say it straight up. Yo, that's not for me. I'm sorry. Like, we could go our separate ways. But don't waste people's time.
And why do you want to drag?
I don't think it's not fair for someone, especially if you know deep down that that's not what you want and you're about to do it for the other person. You'll be honest and tell the person, because honestly, don't waste people's time.
And I feel like that is a part of the problem right now, is that a lot of guys feel pressured into getting married. So then they go ahead, do that, and then maybe in the long run think like, is this really what I wanted? Did I just do this to make them happy? You know what I mean? And it's like,
but you know, I also feel like we as a generation are losing more and more understanding of what marriage is. I feel like back in the day, you know, like it was normal for people to get married, you know, like, oh, they already knew that, you know, if you were pregnant, you know, I had to get married, you know, back in the day. But I feel like marriage, and I saw an article, like marriages are by the church actually it was like down by like 67%.
I believe it.
It was crazy.
Most people don't want,
because it's not genuine nowadays. It's just like a joke. It's for Instagram. It's for the big ass wedding with the beautiful pictures.
Just
and
like
then when
April,
you get home,
she
you fucking
did that
hate
shit
each
for
other.
clout. Who? That's her name, right? No, is it April? No. The one when Ray, she did that shit all for clout.
What?
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah, the whole
She
thing.
knew what she wanted.
They would exactly.
Let me ask you guys this: would you guys go on a show like that if you?
Hell no.
I would. Well,
I don't think I need a show to tell
I wouldn't
me
be on.
what
I wouldn't
what
put
I
my
need.
on an ultimatum, but the show that I would do, because Nick Lachey did host the show too.
Love is Blind.
Love is Blind.
I think Elsie. I think you'd be bomb on that show. I need my girl to sign up for
I
Love is
literally
Blind.
looked it up to see how I'm like able to like go and cast myself and see if I get picked.
That would be so. I think you would be.
I want to do
be
it so bad.
I mean,
but that situation. If you guys haven't seen it, you guys gotta see it.
I love that. What's her name? The Hamiltons. Like,
yes, they're my favorite. They're literally.
They're so beautiful. Like they fell in love right away, and they are loving each other more and more each day.
Yes,
so shout out to
I
them.
love it. They're just a biracial couple. I love it. He's white, she's black. They make and they're just it's so genuine. Their love.
Yes,
it's crazy. And it's crazy when you talk about the whole
and look at
religious
they
part.
met in a few weeks, and look at they working.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
And they got married within like a few weeks.
Yeah,
like that's the whole point is them. They don't see each other, but they're in pods and they talk to each other, get to know each other in like this short amount of time, and then they have to find who they want to marry. So the guy goes and asks the girl, like, would you be my wife? And they have never seen each other.
So do you think, hold on, do you think that you can have that kind of, like you said, they never met each other, they never seen each other, like, yeah, that's what, can you ever fall in love with somebody not know what they look like?
I am very vain, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm sorry. I look from top to bottom. Outside at the bottom and work up.
You can have the most beautifulest personality of them all. Jesus can send you straight from heaven. But if you is not my type, that's all I'm gonna see is them teeth, them the ugliness, that ugly ass style. I can't because I'm not even gonna get to know you and your personality if I don't think you're cute.
I honest to God, I'm with you though, Gina.
I'm not gonna get past the look.
I got mad faith, so I'm gonna just trust God that the guy that I go and say yes to. Okay. Them doors is opening, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna fly to my nigga. Okay.
Gonna levitate.
There you go. Love is gonna pick you right up.
Yeah, pick you up and bring you to your man.
How else? How you gonna do it? Elsie, how?
I literally
no, but you gotta levitate a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
But I definitely, I don't know. Could you guys do that show? Have you guys done that show?
No, I couldn't do that.
I could definitely.
Not at all.
I feel like I could because I like a good conversation, but bro.
No, the first thing that attracts me to a person is their physical appearance. We're not getting to the personality if I can't pass your looks.
Like, I don't even know. What if you stink? Your breath stinks.
I just can't.
I'm big on
well, obviously, at that point, you get to like decide if you still want to be with that person because they do give you 3 weeks. So they give you then you guys move in with each other.
Oh, but what if the guy is
can you leave him right there?
Yeah, no, you.
What if the guy is super ugly but he treats you like a queen?
No, oh my God, that's so hard. How much money does he have?
It's a hell no.
How much money does he have?
Treat me like shit.
How much money does he have?
No, there's no
mom
way.
said, búscate un feo. Then that's gonna be like, bueno, el feo tiene dinero, so.
Okay.
No, I can't do it.
So we obviously can't do it, but.
Okay, that was a little off topic. But
no, it's not off topic. Love is love.
Love is love. No. It's true though. It's a good show though. I mean, the second season, I think only 2 couples made it. It was sad. It was so sad.
I feel like we all need to watch that.
No, and then there was this one girl. She reminds me of Madeline from the Ultimatum, and she was mad because the guy that she wanted ended up picking somebody else.
Right.
And then she ended up hating on them. And then the person that she ended up to be with, she's religious and he's an atheist.
Oh wow.
So when he met the parents, he was like, oh, so are you godly? He's like, what? And he's like, am I godly? What does that mean? And he's like, you know, are you within God? And he was like, well, I mean, I don't really believe in that stuff. Like, where are we going to the ground? And they were a family that's like I believe like the mom was like, they were Christian, very religious. So she's like, so how you think that's gonna work out? And then her mom said, she's like, well, I'm not giving that blessing.
So yeah, I think it's important for everybody to like just get things out from the beginning, like we've said time and time again.
I feel like everyone knows what we want. There's no way that nobody knows what they want in life. We all know what we want in life. So at the end of the day, go for what you want. If it's not what you want, keep it moving.
And don't waste people's time.
Don't waste people's time. Be transparent. Be upfront. Say what you got to say. Be clear so that you and your partner can either both make your decision or move on.
Easy peasy. Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning into this episode. Sorry that we were a little late with this episode, you know, technical difficulties, but we will see you guys next time.
Yes,
guys. Bye, guys.